Hi guys, it's Millie here. I'm a third year sport and exercise science student and I'm going to be giving you a campus tour of St Mary's University. Here we have the tennis hall, which is used for sports like tennis, badminton, volleyball and also five-a-side football. It's also used a lot for our sports courses like sport and exercise science, sports coaching science for practical lectures. Through here we have some more sports facilities. So this is our main Sports St Mary's complex down here. To the right we're coming up to the Performance Education Centre, also known as the PEC. It's sort of a high-tech gym which is used for lectures like sports rehab, strength and conditioning, and it's also used for training for students to practice, and also elite athletes train here. So it's a good centre for supporting elite athletes. Here we have lots of the free weights. We also have a big area here which is often used for practical lectures, so people can have lots of space to have several students in here working on different things. We have all the weight racks along here, so there's lots of space for several students or athletes to be training at one time. Through there we have the dance studio, which is also a cycle studio. It has things like spin classes go on in it, dance classes, and other sort of classes like yoga, and things like that throughout the week, which you can get involved with as a student, and also people outside of the university from the public come in and get involved with the courses as well. Through here is the main bit of Sports at Mary's, where we have the performance hall and the gym. So this is just the main reception coming up here. So this is the main reception for Sports at Mary's. There's usually a receptionist on here that can help you with anything to do with membership, joining the gym, what times you can use the gym. There's several different membership tiers you can get when at the gym, which is really good. So you can get like an off-peak membership and things like that. So here is the performance hall. This is used for things like basketball, badminton, volleyball. It's also used for lots of our sports courses for lectures, such as the strength and conditioning, sports coaching science, sport and exercise science courses. It's a really nice new open space. The building Sports at Mary's was actually opened in 2011, so it's still a super new facility that's updated regularly with really good high-tech gym equipment. Through here is our gym. It's obviously got a lot of screens up at the moment to make it COVID safe. So we've got lots of the cardio machines through here, and then at the back we have the weight area. But all the equipment's pretty new, it's really like high tech and great for training. Through here we have all the changing room and toilet facilities. And locker space, so you can leave your bag safely when you come in to train. Out here we have a big sports field that's often used for rugby games, especially on a Wednesday afternoon. It can often be used by like the first team when we've got other teams coming to play, so it creates a really good sense of atmosphere around the campus because everyone gets involved because it's really near all our accommodation and things like that. So a lot of people come out to watch. We also have a floodlit area over here, which is also used for sports like rugby, football, throughout the year. So it can even be used when it's dark in the evenings. Across here we have our athletics track, which is actually called the Sir Mo Farah Athletics Track, as he was a student here as well. He still comes and trains in the area when he's in this country, so he can sometimes be spotted training on the track. We also have a number of other elite athletes that still use St Mary's as a training facility, as it's such a good area for running. During the London 2012 Olympics we had the Jamaican team, the China team, all training on the track as a preparation for the Olympics. And we still have Australian Olympic athletes come and train here throughout the summer when they're competing in their European summer season. So it's a super well used facility. We also have children's coaching go on here throughout the week that students can get involved with. They can do coaching courses and be paid to coach young athletes, young kids of sort of primary school age, which is a really nice thing to get involved with, and it happens every week. Here we have our SU bar and lounge. It's looking a bit different at the moment, but it is usually open as a bar. There's space for several table space, so you can go with your friends, have a drink. In normal times we have event nights on in there, especially in Freshers Week and at the end of the year. So yeah, up ahead we have the cafe. This is just a normal cafe. It's run by it's like Coffee by Smoking Bean. Often students use it to meet lecturers, meet friends, maybe go and do some uni work, or just chill out for a drink. It's a nice space for like meeting people, and it's got a really nice atmosphere in it.
We actually have one question that's come through, and the question is, can students use the athletics track whenever they want? Do you know?
I believe that you have to speak to Sports St Mary's if you want to use it, but it's really easy to book on to use it. But yeah, just for a health and safety requirement, you have to just, so someone knows you're on there, you have to check with them first, because sometimes we have external clients coming on and using it. Round here is just the side of the library, and the main entrance to the library is actually round the other side. But along this side we have lots of, there's small study rooms, so students can go in there. If maybe you've got a group assignment, you can book one out, so you know you've got a quiet space to get on and work as a group without being disturbed. We have, the main library is open 8 till 7 every day in the week, but we also have a 24-hour study hub, so if you have an assignment that you need to get done and you want to go and do it overnight, or you need to stay up late, then there's a quiet space where you can stay that's safe, where you can get on with it. So yeah, that's really good because it's open 24/7.
Someone asked where the nearest Nando's is.
The nearest Nando's is, we've got two, so we've either got one in Twickenham and one in Teddington. The one in Teddington's probably about a kilometre away, maybe 800 metres away, and the one in Twickenham's probably about less than a mile away, so they're both really near. Coming up here we have the ref, which is basically our university canteen. If you're living in halls, then you'll be living in catered accommodation, so you'll come in here to have your food in the mornings or in the evenings. It's usually a really nice social space, as you'll often come and sit with people from your halls to have breakfast and dinner. People also from off campus use it at lunch to just get some food, or a lot of the lecturers use it. So there's a good variation of food here. You can get hot food, you can also get things like sandwiches, cakes and biscuits. So yeah, it's really convenient for people living on campus. So yeah, as you can see here, just in there, there's lots of different things you can get. Through here is the Commuting Round, which is new this year. It's got locker facilities, so if you've come in and you don't live on campus and you need someone to leave your bag, you can leave it there. There's also a kitchen facility, and sort of like a chill out facility where you can meet people. If you've got a few hours between your lectures, you can just come here to make a cup of tea, do some work, relax, instead of having to sit in the library. So yeah, it just gives a nice open space for people that maybe have to stay at uni for a few hours, but don't have any lectures. There are also computers and a printer you can use. Through here we just have several sort of classroom lecture theatres. A lot of them are computer rooms. So if you're doing any maybe research methods modules, then you might come in here for your lectures. So yeah, and here we have lots of our physiology labs. So they're heat chambers, and you do testing like VO2 max testing, things like that. So if you're doing a course like sports science or physiology, then you might come in here for some of your practical seminars to learn how to use the equipment, like taking bloods, using the VO2 max equipment and things like that. Along here we also have the washateria, whereas if you're living on campus, this is where you come to wash your clothes. Super easy to use, it's fairly cheap, and yet it's fairly central on campus, so no one will have to walk a long way to come and use the washateria.
Okay, so I mean we've kind of got to the end of the campus tour now, so if anyone watching has any questions for the next 4 or 3 minutes, now is your chance to ask them. Does anyone have any questions? What was your favourite thing about St Mary's?
I really like the sense of community at St Mary's. A lot of the accommodation is quite close to the ref, the lecture theatres, so it means everyone gets to know each other really well, and you become a face around campus, you get to know a lot of people, and that's really nice.
Amazing. Well, it doesn't seem like we have any pressing questions coming in, so guys, please do drop your questions if you have any after we post this video on the feed. But thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much, Millie.
Hi, bye. It's fine at the end.